And here we go. Let things be exactly as they are. You can't change me, and you can't change God. Let things be exactly as they are. And you and me will live in peace. Well, I don't know what anything is for unless I listen to that still small voice telling me this simple truth, that everything is for my good. So let things be exactly as they are. You can't change me, and you can't change God. No, you can't change God. Ha! Let things be exactly as they are, and you and me will live in peace. I'm not this body that you see, although today I want to tell you that I love my body. I am as God created me, and we are all one family, and it's possible to live in peace. So let things be exactly as they are. You can't change me, and you can't change God. No, you can't change God. Let things be exactly as they are, and you and me will live in peace. Kumbaya. Oh, well, how's everybody? Oh, I'm so glad to see you here. Thanks for joining us, Romy and Laura Joy, and yay. It's been a lovely, lovely day here in Vermont, and I just want to share a little bit. I've just so enjoyed this day. I got so excited I put my Farrah Fawcett wig on. But there's a local church that I go to every now and then, and today they were having the Apple Pie Festival. And it was fantastic. And people were lined up all the way up and down the street. This is a tiny little village, right? Cars everywhere, police directing traffic, and this whole horde of it was like it was a motorcycle gang, or I guess they call it a motorcycle club, drove in on these big, motorcycles, and everybody came to eat pie. It was great. I was like, this is the best thing ever. Everybody from the community, far and wide, like all over the place, coming around from different places in Vermont to eat pie together and to listen to some music that was being played by a band there, which they were really good. And so this is a church that I've developed a relationship over this past year with, and they booked my band Circle of Love for a concert last April, and just today we got booked again for November 8th. So if you happen to be anywhere near Vermont, let me know if you're coming through. And yeah, I'm really excited about that. I see Regis has joined us. Hey, Regis, so glad you're here. Um, and oh, look, we've got a different. Regis is coming on. There he is. um, so yeah, I've just had a lovely day full of love and you know, joy. Just a joyous day, and it's starting to rain. It's kind of dreary, and I just feel I'm just warmed from the inside. So, so there we go. There we go. I'm gonna play one of Regis's favorite songs today. I love myself. Now, so I love talking to Regis because I don't know. I don't know if you mind me sharing this. Do you mind if I share? Okay. Um, Regis has been coming to our Wednesday nights, and I love it. And he has developed a phrase which has been very helpful to me. He says, "Everybody loves Regis," and I'm like, "Yeah, everybody does love Regis." And also, so then it made me really go into my song, "I Love Myself," and just to cherish my existence, like the big I, the capital I, and the little I, right? So many times I feel like we demonize, the ego and all of that kind of thing. And I'm just really coming to a place where it's all one thing. It's just all one thing. And my day-to-day life is as holy as when I'm praying or when I'm with you or anything else. So I feel a real integration in a way that I actually can't say that I have before. A lot of times in the past, um, I've separated different spiritual teachings out, like, oh, this one thinks this and this one thinks this one teaches this. Um, and and not have made the connection between the truth and all of the different kinds of teachings. But we're a non-dual ministry here, so I'm thrilled to embrace and to finally get to this place where I just trust it all. I trust the divine moving through me in every circumstance. And there's my sister Connie! Yay! So I'm going to do a prayer. And then I actually want to share today's workbook lesson in Course in Miracles because I think it really ties in to I Love Myself. So anyway, here we go. Let's do it. Right here, right now, in this sanctuary, and if you're watching later on YouTube or listening on the radio, we're all right here, right now, together, co-creating this circle of unconditional love, where everything that we like and everything that we do not like is included. What a wonderful journey this life is, and we experience it all. That which we like and that which we don't like and everything in between, and it's amazing. It's truly, truly amazing. And I'm so grateful for it all. The hurts, the love, the joy, the pain, the grief, the sorrow. I welcome it, welcome it all in. Because it's all here for my healing and for your healing. So today, may the words that I want to share and the songs that I want to share today uplift your heart, uplift my heart. May Spirit flow through me and flow through you. And let us today hear what we need to hear and say what we need to say. Blessed be. And so it is. Oh gosh. Well, let me share with you what I thought was really awesome. I mean, how many times have I read the workbook lessons, right? I don't know, 15, 20 years now. I don't know. Long time. And the reason I love doing it every year is because again, like I've said this before, but something new always presents itself to me. So today, I'm reading today's lesson. Let me, it's 285. And I'll just read it, then I'll share what came to me. Lesson 285. My holiness shines bright and clear today. Today, I wake with joy. Yes! Expecting but the happy things of God to come to me. I ask them to come and realize my invitation will be answered by the thoughts to which it has been sent by me. And I will ask for only joyous things the instant I accept my holiness. W-H-O-L-E-Y, I like to say, holiness. For what would be the use of pain to me? What purpose would my suffering fulfill? And how would grief and loss avail me if insanity departs from me today and I accept my holiness instead? That sounds like a bargain. I let go of my insanity and I accept my holiness. Okay, here's the prayer. Father, Mother, Father God, my holiness is yours. Let me rejoice in it, and through forgiveness be restored to sanity. Your child is still as you created me. My holiness is part of me and also part of you. And what can alter holiness itself? Wow. What can alter holiness itself? I'm whole. You're whole. We're whole and complete. Nothing can alter that. Therefore, I love myself. I think that's really cool. I'm looking at this and I'm noticing, I wake with joy, expecting but the happy things of God to come to me. I ask them to come and realize my invitation will be answered by the thoughts to which it has been sent by me. My thoughts. My thoughts. I'd rather have the thought of I love myself than I punish myself for some reason, you know what I mean? Or I'm not doing the teaching right, or because I'm, doing an affirmation, that doesn't mean I'm doing, that's not a truth teaching or something. There's all these things that come to me in different directions, which if I let them disturb me, then, I get really confused about the spiritual path. So this is another sense that I'm integrating. That integrating is happening on a really deep scale right now, and I'm so grateful for it. So, therefore, let's play I Love Myself. And you'll see me in all my New Yorkness, like dancing around on the streets of New York. So let's do that. myself. My life feels good, and I can have what I want, and I want joy, and I want peace. I love myself, I forgive myself. My life feels good, and I can have what I want, and I want joy, and I want peace. Opportunity finds me, I create what I need. I'm open to suggestions, I accept success. I take responsibility, abundance flows through me, and I prosper, I prosper, I prosper, I prosper, because I love myself. I forgive myself. My life feels good, and I can have what I want, and I want joy, and I want peace. I love myself, I forgive myself. My life feels good, and I can have what I want, and I want joy, and I want peace. Opportunity finds me, I create what I need. I'm open to suggestions, I accept success. I take responsibility, abundance flows through me, and I prosper, you prosper, we prosper, I prosper, because I love myself, I forgive myself, and my life feels good, and I can have what I want, and I want joy, and I want peace, and I can have what I want. Thanks, everybody. Oh gosh, that was such a fun day. Glenn filmed that, and we were out and about, walking around in New York, and it was just such a fun day. And I just want to say that so I started looking at A Course in Miracles in the 80s, And also at the same time, I was diagnosed with HIV, and I was living in New York, and a lot of my community was dying, and Louise Hay was very prominent in our community, giving people hope and love on their deathbeds and stuff. I mean, it was really quite a time. And so that list of affirmations I'm singing is from Louise Hay. And it has taken me through some of the darkest times of my life. It really has. It's really kept me here on the planet. And and then when Glenn died, this was something I sang to myself over and over and over and over. So yeah, I just felt like, wow, I wanted to share that. And what a beautiful synchronicity with lesson 285. And so actually tomorrow is lesson 286, which is the hush of heaven holds my heart today. So of course I have a song for that. So I basically just took the lesson and put it to music. It's almost literally word for word. So I'm going to play that for you now. The hush of heaven holds my heart today. The hush of heaven holds my heart today. Still, how quietly do all things fall into place. This is the day I understand I am free. I am free. Peace is here, my heart and mind at rest. Your love is heaven, and your love is mine today. In the stillness, there is hope. It lights the way as I travel far to my certain The hush of heaven holds my heart today. The hush of heaven holds my heart today. Oh, thank you so much. Wow. Is that a beautiful message? Wow. You know, I often say when I, to close a prayer, in the stillness there is hope. It lights the way as I travel far to my certain goal of oneness with love. Wow. It's a certain goal. No guessing. We are one with love. Yes. So I'm just loving that today. Oh, I see Tatiana is here. Hi, Tatiana. I'm so glad you joined us. So I'm going to do a little sharing. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Shauna. I appreciate that. I'm going to do a little sharing from Glenn's booklet. Regis, you've heard some of this. But I was really working with this booklet and this his Glenn's comments all week, actually, and it's really been good. It's Chapter 25, The Justice of God, Section 2, The Link to Truth. And I really found this fascinating, and so I thought I'd share. Brings me joy. So. Okay, let's see. So if if you have your book and you want to do it, it's chapter 25, section 2. But I'm going to start, in these booklets that Glenn used to make for our Wednesday night class, which we're still doing, by the way. And if you're interested, just email me, yolanda@yolanda.net. Glenn would take a section of the text and highlight some of it and then comment on it. And his comments are just amazing to me sometimes. So today, I'm going to share first his comment. It's like a summary of the lesson, of the text. And Glenn says, it's not difficult to be ourselves, though we often make it difficult. Herein lies the problem, right? Or whatever, if it's a problem or not. But, we are the ones that make it difficult. No one can tell us how to be who we are. Who we believe we are colors the way we see others in the world we live in. And that was what was so great about waking up this morning and, the lesson being today is a day of love. I bring expecting the happy things of God to come to me. And I just took that on today. And everywhere I went, it was, everybody loves Yolanda. I'm taking Regis's term. But it was awesome. It was really wonderful. I see how, I'm, going to a place I've never been with, by myself, and sometimes I have a real trepidation about that. I get nervous about that because, I dress the way I dress, I do what I do, blah, blah, blah. And, I just sometimes get really nervous about that. And so, but today I just greeted the day with joy and just walked out of my house with so much love in my heart. And it was so reflected back to me. what a joy, what a thrill to see that happen, you know? So, anyway, we have confirmation bias of our own beliefs, Glenn says. We see our strengths and faults in others. Really. There is something that is just ours to do. We are the divine and transient form. Yes, we are. It requires us to look past the seeming darkness of ignorance to the expression of light we truly are and share that with others. When we live this way, we see others this way as well and cooperate in creating the more beautiful world we know is possible. We are creating the world we experience by projecting suffering or participating with creation. We do this with others. We learn and sculpt this world, and with our bodies, with the bodies of our friends and family. It's a holy task, and we're excited by what is ours to do. We're not separate from our tasks or our communities, no matter how it looks. Wow. Wow. I just felt like I've been living this all day. It's really cool. Oh, here comes my baby. You want to say hi to everybody? Yeah. There's a Bubba. There's a little kitty. His name is Seder. He's going to sit with me. So, oh, by the way, if you want to comment, please do. Just unmute. I'm going back and forth between screens, so I may not see you if you raise your hand. But please do. I think there's some really interesting questions here. So I'm going to go up to the top and start at the first paragraph of chapter 25, section 2. And it says, "It cannot be that it is hard to do the task that Christ appointed you to do, since it is Christ who does it. And in the doing of it, will you learn the body merely seems to be the means to do it?" Yeah. "For the mind is Christ's, and so it must be yours. Christ's holiness directs the body through the mind at one with Christ. And you are manifest unto your holy brother as he to you." And Glenn's comment here is, we are uniquely suited for the task that is ours to do, and so is everyone else. You are uniquely suited for the task that is yours to do. The energy and drive is holy. Here's my other boy. Hey, sweetie. We are learning to tap into that know-how, this holy energy. We have more energy when we join with others. And here's a question for you. Are you a cooperative component? Are you a cooperative component on this journey? Or are you resisting? Am I resisting everything and everything? And I think it's a good question. Are you a cooperative component? So if anybody wants to tackle that question, please unmute. While my little kitty is being a cooperative component, running all around. But I think that's a really great question. And now when I catch myself resisting whatever it is, I don't even criticize myself for it anymore. I'm just, there I am. I'm resisting. Which reminds me of the thoughts of awakening for today, which is really cool. Which I'll just sort of briefly say. This was quote 284. And Regina starts off in this thought of awakening by saying, I am not supposed to be upset, quote unquote, gives meaning to upset. And then, quote unquote, there's the feeling of upset, gives it no meaning. So there we go. Am I a cooperative component? Yes, I am. Even if I find myself resisting, all I have to do is say, ah, okay, there's the resistance. I don't have to beat myself up for it. I don't have to say, oh, I'm so bad because I'm resisting. No. I'm just like, oh, okay. There I am. There I am resisting. Ha ha ha. Look at me. Therefore, it puts me back into the cooperative component aspect. So I love how that uh, connects. And of course, cooperative component is a phrase that Abraham uses. So I think that's cute. Um, okay, so we go on down, and Glenn has highlighted this in the next paragraph. The message and the messenger are one, and you must see your brother as yourself. So here Glenn comments, an indicator of how we think about ourselves is how we treat others. Ooh, yeah. What I think about myself, I can see in my reflection of how I treat others. And wow, that makes me go, okay, let me have a real look at that. Let me have a real look at that. How do I treat others? And sometimes I can be polite and such, but there's all this mishigosh going on inside, And I'm like, oh, okay. Now I've gotten to the point where when that happens, I'm like, okay, well, there's something here that I'm thinking about myself that I'm projecting onto this person, you know. And I inquire into that, which is amazing. Who am I? What do I want to create in this world? How do I want to live? How do I want to interact with people? These are all questions I've been asking myself and inquiring into. This is really cool. He says, we're looking upon our wholeness, or we're looking at loss, limit, and lack. And we'll get more of whatever we participate with. And the question is, do your actions match your words? And I have to say that sometimes they don't, in my case. Oh, hi, Lynn. I'm so glad you're here. And so I have to have a look at that and be really honest with myself. And that's getting easier. I used to think that it was bad to, there was an ideal, I think, an unreachable ideal that I think I had about what it means to be spiritual or whatever, or a teacher of God, or or a minister, or any of those things, and they all had certain stereotypes for me, and I've begun to see those things. And again, it's just about noticing. Ah, okay, that's what I'm doing. So, I see now when I'm projecting, is I think what I'm trying to say, which is really good. Better than before. When I was just operating on, like just blah, blah, blah. The course goes on to say, perception is a choice of what you want yourself to be, the world you want to live in, and the state in which you think your mind will be content and satisfied. It chooses where you think your safety lies. Wow. Huh. That's an interesting paragraph. Perception is a choice of what you want yourself to be, the world you want to live in, and the state in which you think your mind will be content and satisfied. It chooses where you think your safety lies at your decision. I can decide where my safety lies. So, so you've probably heard me sing lately one of my new songs, In My Defenselessness, My Safety Lies, which is one of my favorite lessons too. But, there's a choice there. I can choose to know that just being authentic in the world, I can be safe. And of course, I'm safe, wherever I go or whatever I'm doing. In my defenselessness, my safety lies. Hey, Tatiana. So again, like I say, if anybody has comments they want to chime in, please do. Glenn says at this paragraph, we will move toward whatever we think will bring us greater happiness. Doesn't that make sense? Indeed. We will move toward whatever we think will bring us greater happiness, be that comfort and status or meaning. Examining our choices will tell us what we believe. Yeah. Aligning with our passions / mission in the world is the journey. This is the path to peace. How much do we, his question, how much do we resist meaning in our work? And he used the word work, which I think is interesting because I feel like whatever life path, we're on, that is our work. Like not necessarily our 9 to 5 or whatever like that. And that can certainly be an expression of our true, authentic work in the world. But, our work, it's like a mission. Like I have written a mission statement for myself. And it's to do with using my gifts to bring light and love into the world. My talents, my resources, whatever I have, for God to use those things to bring light and peace and joy into the world, So that's what I feel as a guiding light for me, as a guiding post for me. And do I resist that sometimes? Yes, I do. But that's okay. I notice when I do that. And I move through it. The next piece in the course says, you are the means for God, not separate, nor with a life apart from His. His life is manifest in you who are His child. Each aspect of Himself, capital H, is framed in holiness and perfect purity, in love celestial and so complete, it wishes only that it may release all that it looks upon unto itself. Its radiance shines through each body that it looks upon and brushes all its darkness into light merely by looking past it to the light. The veil is lifted through its gentleness, and nothing hides the face of Christ from its beholders. You and your brothers stand before Him now to let Him draw aside the veil that seems to keep you separate and apart. Wow. And of course, in my world, October is a very special month. Well, not only me and Glenn got married, but Halloween for me is really my New Year's, and it's the beginning of. It's a time when I sense the veil between the worlds as very thin, and so I really love this month. It feels like Spirit is so palpable to me, right now. And I don't know. I just wanted to share that because October is a really special month for me. Um, so Glenn says, we are the God that is looking back at itself. The act of consciousness is a holy and powerful act that we take for granted. And we are drawn to that holiness in others. When we join together, we amplify that experience. It's how difficult problems are solved. By joining, not separating. And so his question here is, how grateful are we to have this awareness? How grateful are we to have this awareness that joining is the solution, not separating ourselves out from each other, but joining. That's a great message for this year, 2025, where everything, seems to be separated out and, battle against each other and all this kind of thing. And wow, being in the sanctuary, every day this year, doing Thoughts of Awakening and early and also looking at the news with Healing Not Hate, has really been powerful. So powerful. Because we're joining and we're not buying into this dogfight or whatever that's going on, this separation. You're that, I'm this, never the twain shall meet, whatever. No, it's about joining. I've seen that so clearly. And that's why, as I'm starting a new life all over again, I see how important it is to be a part of the community, a part of the community that I live in. So one thing that I've been doing this year is going to a bereavement group that was sponsored by the local hospice here. And it has been so very healing for me. And now I've been asked to train to become a bereavement counselor. And I'm so excited about that. Because the healing has been so profound for me, and I get it. I really get it. What I went through and what other folks go through with a huge loss like that. So, but there's a gift. What I've learned is there's a gift, and it's not so much a loss as just a shift. Because, Glenn is still here. He's still with me. He's still right here. I haven't heard him beep yet, but he's still right here in the room. And I love that. I love that. I love that knowledge. So yeah, this is going to start another new journey for me, learning how to be a bereavement counselor. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay. How grateful are we to have this awareness of joining? I'm really grateful for that. Okay, the Course goes on to say, since you believe that you are separate, heaven presents itself to you as separate. Not that it is in truth, but that the link that has been given you to join the truth may reach to you through what you understand. So even our belief in separation, Spirit uses that to bring us into joining. That's so cool. You can't do anything wrong, y'all. It's so cool. The Holy Spirit links the other part, the tiny, mad desire to be separate, different, and special, to the Christ, to make the oneness clear to what is really one. In this world, this is not understood, but can be taught. So Glenn's comments here is, separation stands between us, and peace, therefore, between us and our community. Well, let me read that again. Separation stands between us and peace, and therefore between us and our community. There we go. What we do as the holiness, the wholeness, WHOLENESS. It's our awareness that links this experience to profound completeness. There is tremendous ease and purpose when we align with others in this journey. Yes, it's why we are here. And so this question that he has here is, how do you teach peace? How do you teach peace? Because each and every one of us are teaching something, right? So how do you teach peace? Well, certainly, firstly, by knowing that peace is here. My heart and mind is at rest. And when I let myself get confused about that, all I have to do is notice it and come right back to the peace because it's already here. It's actually really simple. I'm seeing that it's so much more simple than what I thought. So much more simple. How do you teach peace? So the last piece is from the last couple of paragraphs here in this lesson in the text, and the highlighted portion that Glenn highlighted was, it is the Holy Spirit's function to teach you how this oneness is experienced, what you must do so that it can be experienced, and where you should go to do it. And it must, oneness, uses all learning to transfer illusions to the truth, taking all false ideas of what you are and leading you beyond them to the truth that is beyond them. What is the same cannot be different, and what is one cannot have separate parts. And Glenn's final comment to us here in this booklet is, we are one, and we act like it, therefore teaching it. We are one, and therefore we act like it. And we do. We do. I've learned so much from this community and remembered so much about who I am, because we act like it. We are one. I love that. I love that. So, I wanted to share that, and I'm just want to ask you if you have anything you'd like to say before I close us out with another song, but if not, thank you so much for joining me. And I think I'll end us on a prayer, a song, and I'm going to play the recording because I love the way it was recorded. It's a Sanskrit prayer. It's called Adestase Ades. And yeah, I also sing it in English, so you'll get the translation. But I'll ask Shauna to play that now. Thank you. Just to say a day. Just to say a day. Adanila Nadana. Adanila Nadana. Juga, 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 echo verse. Juga, 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 juga. The knowledge of the universe is right before my very eyes. The knowledge of the universe lives and breathes and sings and sighs. The love that is life, the sacred mystery is here to guide me home, where my soul is free. A death to say a death. A death to say a death. Adanila Nadanat. Adanila Nadanat. Juga, 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 echo this. Juga, 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 echo this. Juga, echo this. A death to say a death. A death to say a death. Adanila Nadanat. Adanila Nadanat. Juga, 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 echo this. Juga, 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 echo this. Juga, echo this. All honor to the mystery, whose attributes cannot be described. No end and no beginning. The dimension of the limitless. Love that is life. The sacred mystery is here to guide me home, where my soul is free. Thank you, Shauna. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you so very much for joining me today. And yeah, blessings. Listen to the voice that likes you. She will tell you that we are one, and she will tell you how to act like it. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.
And now in all your doings be you blessed. God has turned to you to help save the world. Teacher of God, his thanks he offers you, and all the world stands silent in the grace that you bring from him. You're the son he loves, and it is given you to be the means through which his voice is heard around the world, to close all things of time, to end the sight of all things visible, and to undo all things that change. Through you is ushered in a world unseen, unheard, yet truly there. Holy are you, and in your light the world reflects your holiness, for you are not alone and friendless. I give thanks for you, and join your efforts on behalf of God, knowing they're on my behalf as well, and for all those who walk to God with me. Amen. I love it. Love it.
섰던 고 좋겠어